Warning, the following video contains spoilers for the Modern Warfare campaign. If you haven't played the campaign yet and don't care for spoilers, I would highly recommend not watching this video. So, with that out of the way, I wanted to talk about the alleged controversial aspect of this game, and the theme that prevails Call of Duty Modern Warfare is this idea that when we're put in difficult situations, we have to make a judgment call in a split second, because when it comes down to it, when we have a job to do, sometimes we have to make a decision that falls squarely in the grey area of morality, and it's one of the greatest strengths of the Modern Warfare campaign in that it doesn't try to be black or white. It tries to make you think about what you're doing and consider, is it worth doing this in order to accomplish our goals? And I think that this is probably represented in no better a fashion than the sequence, well, there are a couple of sequences, but we'll focus on the first, where you enter a house as a tier 1 operator and there are hostiles inside, but there are also non-combatants inside as well. Your vision is obscured, so you have to use night vision, and you're moving into rooms. You have to open the door and react as fast as you possibly can. If you hesitate, that can be the difference between life and death. And indeed, this is something that people in real life have to deal with, where it's that split second decision, that moment of hesitation where you might go in your mind, is this wrong, is this right? But if you do that, that could mean your death. And really, we've never seen something like this in a Call of Duty game before. Usually you're put into a conflict and it's clear that you need to shoot back at the enemy who is shooting at you, and there isn't too much of a moral ambiguity to that. If you're being fired upon, it's every right that you should be able to fire back. But when you're moving through a house and you don't know whether the person on the other side of the door is a threat to you or not, it becomes a little bit more mired. And that is the beauty of the conundrum that this particular mission will throw at you. And not just that, but just the way it plays out, putting you in a highly claustrophobic setting, very tight, close quarters, and the night vision goggles as well, adding to that overall sense of realism and the quietness of what's going on. And even though some of the people in the building are making loud noises, you know that people on the second floor know you're there, but there's that tension. They're not going to run, they're not going to come at you, they're just going to wait. They're going to wait for that opportunity. And as a result, what you have here is one of the most effective missions in any Call of Duty campaign. It's not trying to be ostentatious, it's not throwing something at you like No Russian, where we just saw an airport full of civilians being gunned down. It's not a nuclear explosion. It's not something gratuitous. It's something so simple yet so effective. And I have to say, it's an incredible shame that so many people seem to be looking at this and seeing it as a negative or tasteless, which I find to be intellectually disingenuous, because this isn't unnecessary, this isn't not in service of plot, it is integral to the theme of the game itself. It is making you question what is right and what is wrong. It's not just forcing you to do something for the sake of shock value. It's doing something that makes you think how sensitive, how malleable is morality if the simple aspect of time, of that split moment, can have such an integral impact on it. If you've played this mission as well, I'd be very interested to hear your thoughts on it as well. I think it's a truly standout moment, not just of this game, but of the series, of shooters in general. As always, people, thanks very much for watching and see you next time.